Well, we got a question from Neil, which is really an interesting question. I don't want to name the place, but I'll just call it the 24/7 gym, okay? Neil says this: can you tell me what you would recommend for someone who has access to 24/7 gym? Let's just say these guys are from another planet. Equipment that is everything except barbells, kettlebells, well, actually, crappy kettlebells. I've seen them. Dumbbells, every machine imaginable, Smith machines, med balls, and calisthenic accessories. What would your advice be to stick to the dumbbell, kettlebell calisthenics, or to avoid 24/7 altogether in exchange for conventional barbell training? You know, I hope you wouldn't think, Neil, and it makes me wonder if you know my work, Neil, as well. I mean, you might just note in the comments, I trained with you when I was 6. But yeah, I don't, it doesn't matter to me what equipment you have. I don't care. I mean, whatever you have, you train with. The old Brett Jones will still quote me on the time I said that if you set me in a room with just a 16K and I took it serious, I'd come out bigger, stronger, leaner on the other side if I took it serious. So if you go to Dan John University, we have a thing called the workout generator. So question, let me answer it this way. This is the first option to how I answer your question. Go to Dan John University, get the workout generator, and then fill in the equipment you want to use at this facility. You'll find all you do is you look at you just touch the piece of equipment, and then the system populates your training for the equipment that you have. Honestly, Neil, if all you have is a 16-kilo kettlebell or a 35-pound dumbbell, and you take it serious, you can get a great workout in. I've been at motels that have just had like one 40-pound dumbbell, and I have just said, okay, go for it, and have had a wonderful workout. Yeah, obviously the reps are a little higher, but it can be brutal. So that would be answer number one, okay? If you're a typical male, you probably want to utilize that 24 kilo, the 53-pound kettlebell the most. So you probably want to do the bulk of your training at this facility with probably between the 35 and 60-pound kettlebell dumbbell range. That would be just a general swath of the hand for men, okay? For women, obviously, a little bit lighter, though sneaking up on those heavier bells. Most of the women I work with have no issues with the 16, the 20, 24. But obviously, you know, it's the old, you know, your mileage may vary. The other thing is, should we avoid these 24/7 gyms, the ones that have candy and pizza and things like that? I gotta tell you, what bothers me about that one gym is they have this thing called the lunk alarm. You know, in this day and age, where, like someone like myself, I have no need. I mean, I guess I don't want to offend people straight up because that's just not the way I was taught. But I mean, I watch every word I use now. I be very careful. You know, with the other night, pardon me, I was with an old friend and we were talking about one of our childhood friends. So sorry. Who we used to use certain words about, and then they weren't, inflammatory about sexual orientation. We used to describe his IQ in a little bit more negative terms because, in hindsight, he might have been book smart, but he was kind of an idiot in real life. And we just kind of laughed about how the way we used to talk about our friends. There's a very good The Office show about this, about how, using certain words, you literally don't mean much by it, but it impacts people. I mean, a guy like me, I go to this 24/7 gym. I'm a lunk. I mean, I breathe loud when I train because, I've suffered my whole life, my entire life, from lung issues. I get this disease called pleurisy, and my doctor said I'm the only non-smoker he's ever had to deal with pleurisy, and I have scar tissue in my lungs from my childhood pneumonia issues. So I breathe funny, so someone's going to walk over to the wall and press a button, and I get in trouble for working out. I lift heavy weights because I'm really, really strong, because I've been lifting weights a long time. And if you're offended by the fact that I'm stronger than you, well, then you're going to get offended by the fact that certain people make more money than you too. I'm not a fan of these gyms. I've always been a fan of first having your own home facility. Now, as I've said before, your own home facility might be a single kettlebell. Maybe it's just a glute loop. Maybe it's just the floor. But I always think your first option should be being able to train at home. In case a pandemic shows up, a snowstorm shows up, you always have the ability to train at home. I'm a big fan of that. I've had a home gym since 1965. In the 8th grade, I saved up literally every quarter, every nickel, every dime I made to buy my first incline bench press with racks so I could squat at home. I've had home gyms since my whole life, and I continue to, my home gym was called by Men's Health to be America's top gym. Then after that, the next step would be your community gym, or your intentional community. That's that group of friends that you should get together with like one day a week and train, and let people bring different pieces of equipment, and you can try out things. For example, I tried out the first suspension trainers. I tried out various ab wheels on these groups, and it really can be a game changer. You get a chance to do a workout or 2 or 3 with a piece of equipment, and then you figure, okay, it's good, or as often happens, what a piece of crap. Okay, and then after that, I think it does help to have a public facility to go to. For me, sometimes I have an issue because I want a total in the Olympic lifts, and it's really hard for me sometimes to total in my own house. I am putting together a new system for the upcoming year so I can Olympic lift better at my home. But it's nice to have a public facility that has really, really good equipment that you can train heavy sometimes. Having said that, these 24/7 gyms don't want that. They want that monthly fee, that $9.95, that $1 down, $10 a month for the rest of your life, because they ping it into your credit cards, and it's a reoccurring fee that's really hard to get out of. If you can find a rec club, a community club, certain organizations have gyms. The senior center I go to has a gym. Honestly, it's a senior center, so it's not exactly a place to try to break the American record in the clean and jerk. But you might be able to find, and if you have your own home gym that you train most of the time at, you have a community group you train once a week with, and then you have this other facility that you can go to once a month, once every few months. To me, that's the best system. I'm not a big fan of these 24/7 clubs that rip you off. You ever notice how the swimming pool is always broken, the sauna is always broken, the whirlpools are always down? Yeah, because they don't care. They don't keep them up. I'm amazed. A friend of mine told me that the gym's sauna didn't work. I have a sauna in my house. I can't imagine a sauna not working. The things are idiot proof, but because they don't keep things up, because basically they just want that money from you every month, and then they shut down, or they change their names and become somebody else. We got a gym near my house that's probably been 5 or 6 different gyms since we've moved in, and I hate that kind of thing. So Neil's question is simple. What do you think about 24/7 gyms? Personally, I don't like them. I understand the need for them, but I think set up your home gym first. You just cobble together some equipment, use the workout generator, make a perfect workout. Once a week, get together with your friends and make up a workout, and every so often, go find a recreational facility to get a workout in. Community gyms are wonderful. I know not everyone lives in my hometown with one of the finest community gyms in the world, but they're every place. In my hometown, where I live, we have outdoor facilities, we have park courses, we have wonderful indoor facilities, we have outdoor facilities. To me, I'd much rather use the city's facilities, the county's facilities, than give it to some corporation who does not give a poopy about anything except the almighty dollar or euro or pound or whatever. Thank you. Good question.